Hop, hop, hop.
Oh my God!
Oh my, hop, 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 hop.
I'll figure it out. Anyway, so yeah, a lot has happened in the past couple of few months, actually, I should say. You know, GF broke up with me, lost a bunch of friends, including people like Jack Attack DX and a couple others that I don't want to name right now. A bunch of my friends also just up and left me for whatever reason, I don't know. And yeah, it was quite the thing to do. And so today I found out some more interesting news that well, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but needless to say, it wasn't all that great. I was depressed. I was depressed yesterday. Depressed today. So it was pretty rough. So I'm gonna be vulnerable for a minute and let you guys know that, you know, as far as the GF thing, you know, and all these people that broke up with me, it really hurt me. No one has said anything to me, and I hate to say it, you know, I'm tired. I got really pissed off and tired of it because I was like, I'm owed an explanation about this. And I'm gonna bring up something to y'all that I should have realized. It was partly due to my actions of just jumping to conclusions and being upset with people and being upset for sometimes in no apparent reasons. So I think that's why people cut me off. And you know, I got a little tipsy last night, and I think that's what made me come to the realization that what I did was not working. So I talked to my ex, you know, and I apologized to her and let her know that, you know, I just want to be your friend. I do. And sure enough, she felt the same way. Matter of fact, her birthday's coming up, and if she's available, I'm probably gonna take her out somewhere. Just to, you know, celebrate. I'm seeking help too. I'm seeking plenty of help. And for those of you who checked in on me, I definitely appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. Quite a deal to me, I should say. So funny enough, you know, there was a story. I'm gonna tell this story about what happened yesterday at the dealership. Yes, I went to go test drive a car. No, it was not a Dodge Charger or a Challenger. That would be nice though, but it wasn't. It was actually something a little bit something. It was a sports car. A sports car I've been interested in for some time now. So yesterday I went to the dealership. I went to a Ford dealership to test what they had, a 2017 Subaru BRZ. Had about 70,000 miles. They wanted 20 grand for it. Actually, no, I'm sorry. They wanted 19 grand for it. And I've been wanting this car ever since they announced it back in announced it in 2013, but I could never afford it because I never had a job. Well, now that I have a good paying job, I can actually afford it, even though I don't like my job that much. but that's besides the point. So, yeah, I test drove it, and it was a stick shift too. Yes, I do know how to drive a stick shift. My first car that I learned how to drive a stick shift was a Ford Mustang, Fox body Mustang from the 80s, and a Mazda Miata, from the 90s, not the MX-5. And so I test drove it, and it was good. It's a little cramped, but I think it's because of my weight. And I noticed when I was taking off, it was severely underpowered. And that was one of the complaints, that it was underpowered, but this was astronomically underpowered. And come to find out, 20 minutes down the line, when you take off in third gear, when you take off, you're supposed to take off in first gear. Well, my dumb ass was taking off in third gear. And yeah, you're not supposed to do that. So let me explain the pattern of a this manual transmission. So if you look at hopefully you guys can see this. Normally, I drove manual transmissions that look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then R is for reverse. The Subaru BRZ has reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, I was taking off in third gear, thinking that there was a revert, that if I go all the way to the end, it's reverse. That was not the case. The reason being is it's got what's called a reverse lockout. So basically, you pull up on the gear shift, and then you shift all the way to the top corner, and that's reverse. If you don't push that switch in, you can go to the corner, go all the way to the corner, and it won't go in reverse. It'll go into first gear. So, while driving this car, it gets even more interesting. Not only was it severely underpowered, because of the reason why I was taking off in third, but I started smelling something. That's not good. It was the clutch. I started burning the clutch up, and I think I did burn that clutch up while driving it. Now, part of me was just excited to drive the car, and I think that's why. Because let me tell you, not all transmissions are the same. Not all clutches are the same. They're different for each car. The point I'm trying to make is, before you test drive a car, do a once over, check and make sure you're comfortable. Set your seat accordingly. Set your steering wheel accordingly. Especially if you're in a standard or manual transmission, run through the gears with the car off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go to reverse. Because if I did that when I had the car, it would have I would have never have done the thing where I was taking off in third as opposed to first. So that was the downside of it. I actually payments were relatively low. I thought they were going to be high for me. My credit is not horrible, but I have little to no credit. I mean, I do have two credit cards. I got 2 credit cards, and one of them is almost maxed out because my dumbass spends too much. But that's besides the point. But the payments were $410 a month for 5 years, and I'm like, dude, that is good. That is real. That's not bad, considering with the way my credit is. Being relatively new, and the fact that I never really bought a car or took a loan out for a car, that's not bad. However, I ultimately did not purchase the car because of my mother, who would have kicked me out of the house if I did. I sort of owe her some money, so I was glad I didn't purchase it. But ultimately, I think I am gonna pursue finding another car like that, in the 6-speed, in the future. If there was none available and they have an automatic, I'll take the automatic. But I really want this. I really like how it drives manually. Now that I got the feel of it. So yeah. So and to bring up a point of the story with the car, I don't want to be philosophical and everything, but this is a mistake that I did about jumping to conclusions and stuff. I'm starting to realize part of it's my fault, yes. Part of it's her fault, yes. But the reason why the relationship between me and her didn't work was my attitude and always just coming to conclusions on everything and not thinking about it. If I really thought about it, the relationship would have been gone a lot smoother. Yes, the pandemic happened and that shit did not help at all. Yes, I had multiple mental breakdowns, so that also didn't help at all. But ultimately, part of it was jumping to conclusions, and that's why I'm telling you the story about it, because my friend brought it up to me. He said if I would have went over the car thoroughly before driving it, I would have never gotten a situation where I was taking off in third and started burning the clutch up. That applies to everything in life. Think before you do is what I'm saying. But yeah, I am considering going to buy a BRZ or a Toyota 86 in the future. Just not right now. It might be next year, it might be the year after, but we'll see. With that being said, who is ready for some Need for Speed? We're going to play some Need for Speed Unbound. I'm going to start my Xbox up. And we're going to get started.